After opening Boinx TV, you'll be presented with the Template Chooser. Here you can select either one of the pre-created templates, create an empty document, or open a recently used document. After selecting your choice, Boinx TV's main window appears. The left column contains all the settings for the currently selected layer and includes a preview. In the middle section is the layers list. We'll come to this momentarily. On the right side, we have the live video as it would be recorded. The main thing about Boinx TV is that almost everything is a layer. As in many graphics applications, these layers are stacked on top of one another and can be reordered. This will also affect the arrangement in the video. And in this way, it's possible to stack different elements behind each other. So in our example here, the video comes from a layer 2. In this case, from single video. Now let's try something, like adding a lower third. To do this, we bring up the layer library at the bottom of the window and drag the lower thirds layer to the layers list. Now we should adjust the layer settings as desired. If you need a second lower third with different text, it's not necessary to add a second lower thirds layer. Instead, create a new setting with the small plus icon in the layer you already have. Now you can change the text of the second setting too. If you want to customize your lower third even more, you can also add a custom background image and adjust the text position parameters. The provided lower third layer can pretty much look any way you want. To see all the settings that were created inside one layer, you can expand it by clicking the little triangle above the setting name. Boinx TV will automatically name the settings according to the text you provided. But it's also possible to rename the settings to something else if needed by double-clicking on the setting name. Now we collapse the view to free up some vertical space. To roll a lower third onto the screen, simply select the setting you want using the arrow buttons and then press the red Live button. To switch to the next lower third, just go right and click the Live button again. All this can also be done using the keyboard. Cycle through the settings using the left and right arrow keys and toggle the setting's live status by pressing the space bar. Now we'll add an RSS crawler and adjust it a little. Select it and adjust the bottom anchor and maybe the bar height. Looks good now. Let's imagine next that we have some kind of interview and want both people to be visible. We need the so-called interview layer. In case you can't find a layer right away, you can use the search box or click on the categories to narrow down on the layers of interest. Just as before, drag it to the layers list. You'll now see two source placeholders. The left source is always the video coming through from the layers below. So for source B, we could either select another camera or select a media file using the pop-up menu. It's now assigned to source B. If we now trigger the layer, Boinx TV shows both sources side by side. You can now easily switch from one source to another. Maybe you want even more keyboard control over Boinx TV. That's why we included shortcuts. To assign a shortcut to an element, click the appropriate button and then press the keyboard shortcut. We now assign Command, Option, I for the interview layer. So far, we've added several effects. If you don't need a layer anymore, select it, then either click the Action menu above the layers list and choose Delete, or press Command, Backspace, just like in the Finder. Now let's go wild and add a weather map. When activating the layer, the map will slide in from the side. To adjust the temperature in pictures, just type in the new values. And as you can see, it will change on the fly. If our subject is in front of a single colored background, we can do chroma keying. This is achieved by filtering the video source. At first, you should narrow the selection down to the color you want to key. To refine the result, adjust the lighting setting. You always have a live preview of the keyed image. As the video is now keyed, a black background is not so spectacular. So we add a new background, the World News layer. And this how-to is over now. All we need are some rolling credits. Add them, trigger them, and that's it. Thank you for watching and enjoy using Boinx TV.